So this story is called My Technology is Failing Me. Friday is a momentous day. I make a video at work and it looks great, even if I say so myself. I drive home feeling rather pleased, and even the motorway traffic doesn't darken my mood. Perhaps my 30-second movie is just the start of a glittering new career in film. Instead of commuting Barnsley to Leeds and back again, I'll be heading to Hollywood. As soon as I get home, I wave the phone at Chris and show him the production. The subtitles were tricky, but as long as people read quickly, it shouldn't be a problem. It looks good. There is a hint of surprise in Chris's voice. Perhaps he didn't realise he was married to a woman of such movie-making talent. Do you want a brew to celebrate? Yes, please. I open the fridge and take out a bag of minstrels, but my mind is not on the chocolate. I'm wondering what to wear to the Oscars when I win an award. I walk into the living room strutting like I'm already on the red carpet and sink onto the sofa. Filmmaking is an exhausting business, and I'm ready for a relaxing evening with my husband, a box set and a family bag of minstrels. The living room is chilly, so I force myself to my feet and walk to the thermostat. I press the up switch. Nothing happens. I do it again, harder. Nothing. I do it again, jabbing my finger onto the button. No response. Chris, the thermostat won't work. There's no need to shout, I'm only here. Chris comes into the room carrying 2 steaming mugs of tea. It won't work. I press the up button again to demonstrate. He puts the tea on the table and joins me in front of the thermostat. We stand together in the cold, listening for the sound of the heating clicking into action. Our hopes are fading fast. We have no choice but to spend a nippy evening in front of the TV. I bet Steven Spielberg doesn't have to spend his evening like this, I say. The next morning, Chris sits in the kitchen staring into his phone, watching videos on how to fix dodgy thermostats. Chris has many talents, but I don't think fixing thermostats is one of them. Shall I call my dad? I know this is the wrong thing to ask, but I ask anyway. Chris doesn't answer. He stares at the video tutorial on his phone. Half an hour later, he's still staring at the screen, a puzzled expression on his face. I can't stand any more inaction. We need an electrician. Can you Google it? Ask Alexa, he says. At the mention of her name, Alexa turns blue, showing that she's listening. I'm still not sure how I feel about her eavesdropping on our conversations. I hadn't really wanted to buy her, but I couldn't think of a present for Chris for his birthday, and she'd been on offer. Alexa, find me an electrician in Barnsley. There are electricians in London, she says. Alexa, find me an electrician in Barnsley. She mentions 1 in Wakefield and 2 in Sheffield, but Barnsley doesn't get a mention. For God's sake, my anger is rising. Just as I'm about to throw her out of the window, Chris suggests I go for a run. He's still staring at his how to fix the thermostat video. I change into my running kit and step outside, where it is much warmer than in the house. After a few miles, my anger abates slightly. When I return, Chris is still looking at his phone, but is pacing from one side of the room to the other, shouting questions at Alexa, who is still struggling to locate an electrician in the vicinity. I leave the 2 of them to it and go upstairs. I'm going to a writing retreat for the day, so I'll shower and be on my way. Before that, all I need to do is turn on my laptop so that my watch can upload my run. Except it won't upload. My watch has gone back in time and thinks it's March 2017. Chris, now my watch won't work. I'm sorting the heating. I press various buttons on the watch, but it refuses to believe we're in the year 2018. I give up and check Facebook, just for a second, because I really need to get ready. 10 minutes later, I am still faffing on Facebook. There has been a security problem and I have to reset my account, but I can't remember what password I used. Bloody technology. It wasn't like this in the 90s. Feeling defeated, I shower and go downstairs. Chris has left the kitchen and is pacing up and down the living room, stopping to press buttons and swear at the thermostat. I'm stressed, I tell him. I'm just going to go. In the car, I try to get the sat-nav working, but it won't. I put the car into gear and drive away, hoping I can remember the way to the venue. Despite a few wrong turns, I get there on time, only to find that the heating at the writing centre is also not working. Conditions are Arctic. I type frantically trying to warm up. I write a lot of words and feel almost, but not quite, as pleased as I did yesterday after my movie making exploits. Back in the car heading home, I turn the heating on full blast and dream of being a film director, producer and screenwriter. This time I'm at the BAFTAs. When I walk into the house, Chris is shivering in the living room, listening to Alexa play music. Alexa, I say, how do I become a BAFTA-winning film director? Sorry, she says, I can't help you.